Well, here we are today on day 4 of my kingfisher hunt on the town path. And if you're going to photograph kingfishers, you do have to be prepared to put in a bit of time, because although you may see them in the area, whether they're in the right spot you want to photograph them in, that's another matter. And it's getting to know your subject and getting into position that really counts. And this morning on Camilla and I, before we could even set up, a kingfisher approached Sheep Bridge, well, a bridge over the river here, and we were so lucky to be able to crouch down and get a shot for you under the bridge. Shot through the bicycle, went through down. Didn't have the bike locked up at that point. Through to the other side of the fence, and yeah, absolutely marvellous. Male kingfisher trying to get his first fish of the day. Posed for us on the fence, waiting to dive in. Anyway, yeah, so a bit of video of the kingfisher on the fence first thing this morning with the mist rising behind. Amazing. And a couple of stills. So a couple of stills, so I knew it was going to be good. And again, we're treated to this glorious weather. Look at this, just off the town path here at Salisbury. And well, if that's not inspiration enough for you, then I don't know what is. Look at that. You don't have to be religious or anything, but what a testament to man's ability that Salisbury Cathedral is. Yeah, it's a bit cold here this morning. You do have to be dedicated and wear quite a few layers of clothing if you're doing kingfishers in this weather. Say -1 overnight again, I think. It was -1 yesterday when we were out. Anyway, I can hear that darn kingfisher again. Where's it gone? That's the trouble, you do have to pay attention. Anyway, then we followed it down here. Because it's Sunday morning here, we followed it down this path. And yeah, we were so lucky that it posed for us on the right hand side, because there weren't many people around being a Sunday. It was far more possible to get the shots. So yeah, but again, you've still got to be lucky, and you've still got to be quite stealthy. And indeed, a couple of pedestrians then walked down the path and indeed did set it off each time. But the good news was it did catch a fish, and I think I got a little bit of video with it, with the fish. So I think it's just a minnow, because usually in here, used to come along here with a jam jar when I was when I was a child. It was a popular place to break a jam jar, if you know what I mean, in those days. Yeah, many a broken jam jar in there. So yeah, anyway, the kingfisher proceeded to hunt along here, and then it flew off. So I'm not sure where it's gone. It hasn't gone to its usual spot, which is currently over here on this sort of bridge-like structure in front. It's not actually a bridge, it's a pipe of some sort. It's an old water pipe or communication pipe of some sort. Anyway, somebody first thing this morning has very kindly set up a perch for the kingfish to land on. Don't know who did that. Anyway, not that we'd trespass on Harnham Water Meadows, but yeah, somebody's set up a very nice perch, which we're hoping the kingfisher is going to check out and land on later. So yeah, very nice. Ooh. Just wondering then if I saw the kingfisher go up into the tree behind. I don't think so. Anyway, again this morning on Camilla and I, we're using A1 II and the 300mm with the 2x converter on, giving us 600mm, because we want to be extremely flexible, and we also need the reach because it's a small bird. Kingfishers are not large at all. You not got much of a wingspan. You have to be pretty quick and pretty agile to get in on your subject. So we wanted the ultimate flexibility, and that's how we were able to follow it down the path this morning. Quite easily track it and follow it down. So also this morning I've got the SpeediGimbal on, and trouble is it's just another thing to carry. So we have got the SpeediGimbal with us for steadier footage, because if you're caught exposed in one spot on the path, for example, it's useful to have a something to just steady the camera on, rest the camera on, because although it's a lightweight camera gear setup, you don't want to handhold it out in front of you for too long. So it's nice to have this to hand if possible. So yeah, good little tip, SpeediGimbal. And also, as it's a concrete path, we've also got the German Army mat. Can't recommend these highly enough, the German Army mat. Probably one of my most used bits of ancillary equipment, because yeah, they're just so easy to deploy, and they do save your knees in this position, no two ways about it. So yeah, needless to say, we've got loads of layers of clothes on this morning. I have 4 layers on top. Yeah, the old thermals, beautiful. Neck ruff, yeah, and yeah, silly hat. It's definitely silly hat weather. Anyway, yesterday we didn't get too much. We got a little bit of footage for you on Sheep Bridge, but that was about it. And yeah, a couple of stills of that. But today, so far, ooh, marvellous. So I'll catch you later. Well, somebody conveniently put a bench here, just near to where there's this nice perch somebody put out this morning, and basically we're just going to sit here now and listen for the telltale sign of the kingfisher approaching. And what I do is I pre-focus on the stick, so we're pre-focused in, and then if by some fluke the kingfisher does come out and check out this new perch in the area, we can get in on it straight away. Yesterday it didn't come round to this section at all, whereas the day before it was around here a lot. So I suppose it could be something to do with the ice level on the water, although there's a clear patch of clear blue water. Yes, it's a beautiful spot here, needless to say, absolutely idyllic, and obviously very popular with walkers and everyone else. So you do have to expect your perfect shot to be ruined at various points. Anyway, yeah, patience is a virtue. And say I sat here, I was around here for about 3 hours yesterday. It was about 3 hours yesterday, 2 hours the day before, and 2 hours the day before that. So you do have to put the time in to get kingfishers on the old camera. There's no two ways about it. Even when you know they're in a particular area and you know where they are, they're still an incredibly difficult bird to photograph. Well, as usual, on Camilla and I, we'll save the best till last. Eventually, the kingfisher did end up on the Sheep Bridge here, on the town path, and it stayed there for a long time. It actually caught 3 fish. Quite amazing. Yeah, to a very successful, productive little spell off this affectionately known as sheep bridge, because the sheep cross from one field to the other using this bridge when they're on it. Anyway, yeah, marvellous action. It was fishing. I did manage to get a little bit of video and hopefully a few stills. But Sheep Bridge is quite a distance from us. I might bring a 1200mm setup in future if it's going to do that regularly. Anyway, we're using 600mm. Still able to get the bridge and the water in focus, so it's quite useful. So if you can, please watch to the end of this video. It helps the algorithm on Camilla and I. Helps get Camilla and I out there to more people for local accessible wildlife photography. This time on the superbike. Absolutely amazing. Anyway, yeah, so as usual on Camilla and I, we saved the best till last. So I'll just close with the following sequence. And the final shot of the day was the Kingfisher in flight with the now green background, the green grass in the background, and it discharges as it flies off because it lightens the weight for one thing and lightens the load. And I think I got one shot with it actually excrement coming out the back. Whether it's the winning shot, I don't know, but it's certainly a different form of animal behaviour. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye from Camilla and I.